What if setbacks aren't punishment, but preparation? That block you hit might be a signpost, not a stop sign. That shift in thinking can change how you see every obstacle. I've had to revisit my own perception of why things go wrong. When I've set my heart on something, like learning a new platform or skill, I used to see getting things wrong as failure, but actually it was feedback. Each attempt showed what worked for me, my personality, my skill set. In this video, we see how setbacks can become the best teachers we never asked for. Our apparent failures are less about getting things wrong and more about showing us what's right for us. Setbacks are feedback. They show us when we're forcing on a shoe that doesn't fit. When things go wrong, it can feel like a series of falling dominoes. But in reality, each one knocks us towards the next step. And if the row stops falling, it's not failure, it's feedback. It means we're meant to set them up differently. People say, just push harder, but that's exactly what keeps us stuck. We're not listening to what we're being shown. It's a signal to slow down and reassess. When I set out to work for myself, I trained myself up through a series of programs. Then I learned how to market myself. For my line of business, I was steered towards a particular platform and path. But each line of dominoes petered out without progress. My ideas felt blocked and I became increasingly exhausted. It took me a while to catch on, but it wasn't so much I wasn't trying hard enough, or even that my efforts weren't good enough. I was just in the wrong place. A platform that wasn't right for me. Here, my seemingly endless setbacks were feedback. I was being pushed away from a poor fit, far from being punished. This was my signpost that my progress lay elsewhere. What's one area right now where resistance might be telling you it's time to adjust? You're not failing, you're in training. I could call my career checkered, but every detour gave me new skills. Resilience, experience, redundancy, job loss, rejection. They forced me to learn resourcefulness. Hindsight has shown me how I was being prepared. As I've reflected on my own personal detours, I've recognised I've been setting myself up to win. The setbacks were building muscle and opening my eyes to different perspectives. I learned how to pick myself up after job loss, redundancy, being let go, to just keep the skills I'd acquired and release everything else. And I gained an increased understanding of what's right for me. Every move took me to new areas, different communities and further experiences. The tougher it got, the more resourceful and resilient I became. Now I have plenty of capability and understanding to tap into, and I'm very clear that my instincts are good because I've got to know myself so much better. Looking back, what challenge made you stronger than you thought you could be? Setbacks force us to step back and ask, is this really me? Life is a variety buffet where there's something for everyone. We just need to find what's best for us. Formulas and one-size-fits-all systems haven't really worked for me. Through trying challenges, methods and programs, I've been able to layer what fits and discard the rest. Trial and error has taught me more about me. Setbacks can force us to reflect, to ask ourselves why things aren't going the way we want them to. When we take on something new and we apply the advice and guidance of others, we also need to reflect which aspects are working for me. It becomes an ongoing experiment that teaches us more about who we are, how to nurture our best qualities, and which skills to learn next. As I take stock of my energy, I get to know what fits me best. I experiment more, trying things on and adjusting them to the comfiest fit for me. What's one belief or approach that you've outgrown? Frustration is often the doorway to innovation. Whenever I felt stuck, software not working, ideas not landing, it forced me to find new tools, fresh angles, creative solutions. Without the friction, I'd have stayed in my comfort zone. Sometimes we can become so wary of getting things wrong that we forget some of our best turnarounds happened because of a bumpy ride. For me, it's my frustration with how something is going that brings in a new way of doing something or a fresh perspective. It's only when I'm truly fed up that I'm pushed into finding alternatives that give me what I truly need. There's something about that friction that forces me out of my comfort zone and into a different way of doing things. What's one creative solution you wouldn't have tried without a setback? Setbacks aren't roadblocks, they're reroutes. In my last job, I thought I'd found stability, and then I was let go. At first, it felt like an unhappy ending, but time has shown me it was a forced pause. When we're quite literally forced off the road of our lives, it's not a crash, it's a bolt of realisation. We can become so embedded in what we know that we forget there's more out there. Then setbacks become doorways to postures new. When I was let go, life's message was, not this path, not yet, not here. And when I tried to repeat the same loop, I didn't get another job straight away. First, I needed to take care of my dad, and then I was isolated during COVID. But this enforced stop was exactly what I needed. I had the time to recognise I didn't need a new job, I needed a new life. I went on to train so I could become self-employed. My time out gave me the opportunity to reassess and break out of an unfulfilling cycle. What if your latest delay is actually lining something up for you? Setbacks don't hold us back, they shape us forward. They're feedback to help us course correct. They build resilience. They spark creativity, and they reroute us to better paths. Your setbacks aren't stopping you, they're sculpting you. We're all a work in progress. For me, the bottom line is simple. It can't all be for nothing. Every detour has taught me something I needed. And after all, we build our world with our thoughts. Let's remind ourselves of all the things our seeming setbacks are doing for us. We can use our setbacks as stepping stones. There's a free one-page PDF linked in the description. Setbacks as guidance. Let it help you when the road feels rough, and take very good care of yourselves.